YouTube, welcome back to what is it, like a day? It's not a day in the life, is it? It's like a semi. Welcome back to the semi. We've got Joe competing today, one of my clients. If you follow me, you'll probably know Joe. He's been heavily shared on the stories. So we've gone to the gym this morning, done our cardio, and we've just had a drive down to, well, we're just getting to Maidenhead now, so it's about 3 hours for us there, 13 minutes late for the show, and I've just gone to buy some tickets, and you can't buy them online anymore. We've got to go and find a cash machine, so not panic stations, but just a little bit of bad planning on my part, lastminute.com. But excited to see Joe. He's woke up absolutely bang on the money, confident. He's super happy with how he's looking. Joe's an experienced competitor, so when he gives you the feedback that he's feeling bang on, you know he's bang on. So really, really good lineup today. Classic physique in Britain at the minute, especially with the young guys coming up. He's very, very competitive, so it's going to be great to see the level. Also, a lot of good bodybuilders competing today as well. A lot of good British bodybuilders, which I'm also looking forward to seeing. So we'll do a little bit of seeing Joe and all that sort of stuff, and then we'll try and get some stage shots if we can, and then some after stage shots, and just basically some meals I'm going to be eating, etc., and just a little bit of that before we get back this afternoon. So yes, stay tuned guys, we'll get there now. Bit rushed, just gone by a bank, so I'm going to have to U-turn it quickly so I can go get some cash, and yeah, I'll catch you soon.
Corner to your right.
Hard, Joe. Yes, Joe. Yes, Joe.
Corner to your right.
Open up.
Thank you.
Nice, Joe.
We think it's a good class between you. I'm maybe biased, but I think he's got that. From the quarter turns anyway, his condition's better than anybody there. We'll see how he holds up. I'd like him a little bit fuller across the chest actually, but it's very good.
Okay, gentlemen, if you could all make your way to the line, please.
What you got, bro?
Beef and rice. Minced beef and rice. Food's still quite high, so I'm actually not hungry at all.
Front double biceps.
Classic Joe, let's go. Alright.
Side chest.
Your shot, Joe. Condition.
Relax. Back double biceps.
Take your time, Joe. There you go. That's the one, Joe.
Thank you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes.
That was close. When he got called out of centre there, he managed to work his way back in, so I think we've taken the class.
I think you back double did it.
Yeah, which is ironic because that's Joe's weekend show.
In second place, could you please take the award to number 6, 1, 7, Charlie Bowen, being our winner. Going through to the overall is number 616, Joe Ballinger. Judges, are you ready?
Yes.
Audience, are you ready? We want to hear you. Take it away, Peter.
Thank you, Ian.
No problem. Thank you.
Guys, front double biceps. Side chest. Your favorite classic pose. 615, 616 switch. Back double biceps. 616, 615 switch back, please.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the judges' scores are in. The next name I read out will be the winner and the champion of our men's Classic Physique Condition Coaches Kingdom Classic Cup 2024. The winner is number 615, Brandon Hinton.
I'm actually very happy with that. And just get the overall. He's fantastic. He was last year.
at first. When he came out, he didn't quite have that pop to his physique, and then when we came back, he just had a little bit more water backstage, a little bit of sodium, and that made the difference. He came back out looking a lot better within the sake of like 10 minutes. So it can change that fast. See where he is mentally now. We'll watch a little bit of men's physique, get some feedback from Joe. I mean, he's got to be pretty happy with that. Obviously, it's very competitive. We all like wants to win. And he got qualified a couple of times against the same guys. But there's always that chance there where I think we can bring Joe in the same. We can maybe get him a little bit fuller from the offset, and then the other guy comes in 5% worse than Joe's place, and that's how bodybuilding works. Sometimes you might beat some guys, and sometimes they might beat you. When it's that close like that, it's literally on the day. So, first show of the season for Team Tonk. First class win, which is nice. I would like an overall, not gonna lie. We're gonna see how he is now.
I'm sure that'll come.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Pro card for Joe next. And let's see how he is. My meal's cold. That's the plus side of being home-based online coach. You can just eat warm food all the time. So shall we have a bit of a chat now about my natural bodybuilding career? So a little bit of an update from me, which we were going to do in a separate video, but I've not actually got a great deal of content today to put to a video, so we can add it onto here. This will be the video you're watching after the cycle video. So last video we spoke about the cycle that I was on from Nathan, typically a little bit higher than Nathan would normally prescribe, if you want to call it that. And I was happy and everything was good. Just my physique just didn't seem to be playing ball. We didn't know what it was. Coming down pretty fast from off season to when I was talking. Like the week later, I was like 30 pound down in total. Which really, from an off season point, I wasn't fat by any means. And one of the things, my legs were starting to fade a little bit, and I've never experienced that at all. My steps were like 10,000 a day, which was getting up there for me, with like not being super high, but like getting up there. So from there, cardio was at 30 minutes, but my cardio was just a slow walk. Calories were still in and around 4,000, maybe 4,500 maybe. So there was no reason for me to be dropping off like I was. No pumps in the gym. Strength was coming down in the gym. I felt really good, but just physique-wise, displaying my physique-wise, performance-wise, just wasn't there. Couldn't really put our finger on it. Nathan was thinking it was potentially my training, but at the same time, I've trained like this for 2 years, and I'm very happy with how I train. Very experienced trainer, and I know that that was good for me. So, you know, again, we changed it a little bit, you know, just to see if it was the training. Changed my food as well from things like bagels in there. I do typically eat a lot of high protein. When I coach myself, or when I've been with previous coaches that I've done well with. So we went to higher protein, so 375 grams of fish portions which are raw, 300 grams of meat portions which are raw, and just ups my food a touch. And you know, not really seeing much from that. So again, with me speaking about it last time, I've run not necessarily higher cycles, but when I've run the cycles, we've run compounds, for example, like a DHB rather than a pre-metabolic. So I was like, why don't we just change the compounds we're touching a little bit and see if we get a response from that, because it was really the last roll of the dice. And actually, just as we changed it, I was speaking to one of my sponsors, Ludo from rhinonation.co.uk. If you want to go and check that out. And he mentioned, when he was looking at our pictures, he said, do you think that your gear's real? So the anabolics they're using, is it real? It's something we never considered, because I've always used the same anabolics for years and years. I did buy it off a different source, but it was still the same manufacturer, if you like. It was like a light bulb moment, thinking, right, okay, but that potentially would explain everything. Once I go from even things to getting like a little bit of acne on my back, which I never do, really, just little things like that. So 10 to 12 days ago now, maybe just under 2 weeks anyway, 13 days ago, we changed the anabolics to a different brand, and within 6, 7, 8 days, it's like I'm a different person. Pumps in the gym, I'm full again. The point was, I was 30 pounds down, but I wasn't really much leaner. I was like soft. I'm hard again. Physique's back to life. My strength in the gym is back up. I just feel very good and very powerful, and again, you can see that visually. So the only explanation there, once I get some blood work done, is going to be the fact that the anabolics were what they were supposed to be. So me going from being very sedentary, using a good amount of anabolics, to very active, using no anabolics, has just created a drop off and decline in physique, which was just too much. So we decided that we need to just pull the prep, potentially not fully, but just stop there, let's just let the physique have a little bit more life in it for a few weeks, then see where we are, come back down, get lean anyway, and then if we decide that the physique is good enough to compete in a show, we will. However, we're only just 10 days, nearly 2 weeks, just nearly 2 weeks now into this sort of seeing how we're going phase, and we're actually starting to come down again from tomorrow because everything's back to life. Now, there's no way that I've lost muscle in that amount of time, but we predict it was around 13 weeks where I was using 0 or none from the recovery phase down to the cycle. So very demoralising because it was the best start position I've ever had at the beginning of a prep. It was the biggest I've been, the leanest I've been. I brought all the areas up I needed to bring up, to then being like, right, okay, 6 weeks later on, we need to stop. And actually for a period of time not knowing what was wrong. And it was alright, I was saying, right, let's go into off-season again, and then come back down. But if I've been in off-season once, and I was the best I've been, and then when I come back down, I was the worst I've been, what's going to stop that from happening again? So we had no real answers for that happening. So I'm glad that we found the root of the problem. It's been fixed. 2 grams of tren a day now, getting through it. just using real anabolics, physique's changed. So seeing the show today is, amateur pro shows, whatever shows it is, it always gets you fired up. And you're watching the classic guys do the thing there. I'm just like, Nathan was there, and I said, right, let's get this shit done. I still believe I am better than last year anyway already with improvements I've made. Just need just a little bit more fullness, more back in the physique, or more life really, in the legs more so than anyway. They seemed to drop off, which was scary. So I thought my quad dominant days were over. But as it is, I'm pretty sure we're going to be okay. Just there's no set timeline now, which again is a potentially good thing in terms of stress management. We'll just keep coming down. When we're 5-6 weeks out and we're pretty happy with where things are, we may just pull the trigger on a show then. It doesn't matter what show it is, it doesn't matter where it is in the world. Generally, we just go turn up and complete that show. So that's where I'm at now. At X weeks out, what are we on now? 23rd of March. So potentially another 5 or 6 weeks, we should be able to have a good idea in terms of where I'm going to be in a prep scenario or a show sort of date. But up until then, it's just a case of just getting a little bit better and letting the anabolics do the thing. So yeah, very frustrating, but can't do anything about it. These things happen. No point in moping about it. Just get back up and go again. So
right, okay guys, I don't know how this video is going to come across. Joe's laughing because we should have got me doing cardio this morning, getting up, eating on the way there, all the sort of stuff that you do in bodybuilding. But generally, I just don't think I'm used to trying to document my life as much as I probably should, or which would help. So show's done, like obviously we spoke about. Joe and his class, we know what we need to do next time. Joe responds really well to higher fats and high sodiums. We've noticed that on mock peaking. Giving him the clean refeeds and the clean sort of feeds never really works. So last night we did multiple dirty meals, so burger and chips twice, sweets, cookies, all that sort of stuff. We came in bang on, and this morning just tailed off a little bit because Joe, not necessarily being the most classic structured physique, he's always conscious of keeping his waist as small as possible. So we had a conversation this morning where he would be a little bit more comfortable if he ate a little bit less, kept his stomach small, and really what that did from him waking up, say on the money, he's just tailed him off a little bit. So we know next time that in order to keep that fullness and that dryness that he has in the morning, is just to keep his water in a little bit higher, and his sodium as well. Because we didn't eat a lot, he didn't have a good opportunity to get the sodium in. So that's what we'll do next time, and it'll be interesting to see the look from there to now, from then to now till next time. And basically we just had a slow drive back, a stop where obviously you saw we had a chat about the cycle or not cycle, and then for me now, go work for pretty much the rest of the evening, and then tomorrow is Sunday, which is push day for me. So that's been my week. Yeah, so next time, actually, just thinking about it, I was speaking to Joe then, and it's probably going to be better because I didn't go down the night. Usually I go down the night before. However, we've been doing it with Joe that when he doesn't check in fasted, we don't really see him in person, simply because we've had the same look of him post-workout every single week for multiple weeks, all through off-season. And when we've seen him in person and we've done fasted check-in shots, the look is just so different. So we were in agreement that, again, for Joe as well, to keep his mental state good rather than thinking, oh, I'm flat, I'm soft or whatever, that we just basically, we had the data, we saw some post-workout shots, we knew what we were going to do, we had the diet, we confirmed in the morning exactly what it looked like, which is great. So this time, I'm gonna go down and just make sure that I'm there. So for example, when we did have that chat this morning and he said, oh, I think I don't really need a lot of food. Again, if I'd have seen pictures of him fasted, we couldn't have really you can't tell too much with Joe. I could have seen him in person and said, actually, we need this. So just to cover any bases with a regional, again, we're just doing the regional to get the qualification for the pro qualifier. So now it's game time, and I do think, you know, Brandon, the guy who won, is phenomenal. He's a pro already on an amateur stage as far as I'm concerned, but again, it's bodybuilding, and there is that chance where he may come in 5% off, 10% off, and if we can get Joe to his maximum and getting that, you know, 3 to 5% better, then, you know, on the day, who knows. So that's what we're going to do. So we'll probably film that actually in a little bit more detail in terms of my processes with peaking people, because again, like I said, Joe's just basically had complete refeeds of cheat meals and all that sort of stuff, which isn't going to be the case for everybody. It's not just something that I generally do for everybody. However, a lot of my approach is done based on that. It seems to get very good results and a lot of class wins as well. So let's all keep doing until it doesn't work, which it should not stop working. But that's me for now. Make of this video what you will. Hopefully Joe's done a little bit of a better job than what it feels like, but next time we'll catch you back probably show day, which is going to be 2 weeks time. I may catch a little bit of a session in between, we'll see. But until then, guys, peace out.